NBC's Lester Holt is in Henryville, Indiana. Lester, good morning to you.
Matt, good morning. That snow adding an almost surreal quality to the destruction all around us. All weekend, people were out here trying to clean up. They were sharing stories in many cases of amazing survival, but there is also profound sadness over the loss of life. At least 39 people killed in a storm that could be one for the history books.
Right in front of the house? Oh my God!
The terrifying seconds before a tornado struck the center of tiny Henryville, Indiana. Danny O'Shea shot it through his basement window.
There it goes!
I seen the tornado coming. I did not realize it was going to be that severe. You can see a trash can actually hits the window pretty hard.
In a matter of seconds, much of Henryville was in shambles, including its school, where thankfully students had been dismissed early. A few who remained amazingly survived unhurt.
And everybody just laid their heads down and a lot of praying.
The EF4 twister was the largest of a string of tornadoes, as many as 79, that touched down across a dozen states on Friday and early Saturday, moving across the Ohio and Tennessee valleys, the largest outbreak ever recorded for the month of March. In Indiana, where at least a dozen are dead, officials have now ended the active search for survivors.
When you're down here and you see this total devastation that we have here, it's only by the grace of God that we don't have hundreds of fatalities.
One of those who didn't make it, 15-month-old Angel Babcock, found clinging to life alone in a field. On Sunday, Angel lost her battle to live. Her parents and siblings also died. Over the weekend, survivors began to pick up the pieces of their lives and take stock. Among them, Janet Clark, who told me how she huddled in the bathroom of her tiny house, listening to the homes around her disintegrating.
I was feeling the wind. I was feeling the pressure build in my ears. I could, at that point, hear it coming, and then everything started shaking, and I could just hear stuff exploding.
Did you genuinely fear this house was coming down around you?
Yes, I did.
A similar scene in hard-hit Kentucky, where at least 21 are dead. In West Liberty, new YouTube video has emerged of a tornado's terrifying force.
No, we're all right, we're all right.
And there were also stories of improbable survival.
I just thought we was going to die. There at the very end, I just thought, you know, it was over.
Throughout the region, crews are trying to restore power and phone service.
Total destruction.
Guys, I got food and water.
While relief groups and volunteers extend helping hands.
They know that they're not alone.
On Sunday, Indiana's U.S. senators got a first-hand look at the devastation.
Any doubts that they'll be able to rebuild and recover here?
They'll recover. Very confident in that.
No, I think one of the great things about America is that in times of trouble, in times of disaster, everybody rallies. We're going to rebuild and we're going to go forward. That's the story of America.
And the story that Janet Clark embraces as she reflects on her own second chance.
When we came back yesterday to start the salvage process, it was just like, oh my God, I actually survived this. This could have very easily have taken my life, as well as the homes around me.
We learned over the weekend the big tornado that hit Henryville was on the ground for some 50 miles. I say the big tornado because, in fact, there was a second smaller one that came through on the heels of that. And, Matt, overall, the weather experts are still trying to chart exactly how many tornadoes there were on Friday into Saturday. Apparently, there's so many crisscrossing lines, it's a very slow process to come up with a final number. But, Ann, we'll send it back to you now.
All right, Lester Holt, thank you so much.